Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As always, I really appreciate it. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. I am so appreciative that you're here. Hopefully you decide to stick around, join the family, hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? Click, it's right there. And if this is not your first time, I mean, you already know we're family. You guys, listen here. Today's video has been my most requested video ever on my Instagram. But please, don't ask me why it's taken me this long to make this video. I don't have an answer. I really just don't have an answer. You know what? That's a lie. I do have an answer. I feel like I kept telling myself, there's too many videos on the subject already on the YouTube. But last week I had like 2 or 3 people ask again, and I was like, you know what, you just never know when you might teach something in a certain way that the audience might receive differently than anything else, and then cling cling, something makes sense and then someone learns. So even if just one person learns how to put on eyelashes with this video, I'm happy. That's all I want, okay? And in case it wasn't obvious enough with the title of the video with what I just said, for today's video, I'm going to be doing this in a very detailed step-by-step way, but I'm going to show you how I apply my fake eyelashes. Yay! So here in the Miami area, I give one, well, in case you guys don't know, I am a local Miami makeup artist, and I also give one-on-one makeup classes, and a lot of times I give classes to beginners, and that has actually exposed me to a lot of errors that my clients are making when it comes to applying lashes, which is where I get a lot of the detail that I'm going to be giving you guys today. From giving these classes, I get this information. I see that a lot of the mistakes that are happening are being repeated with a lot of clients, and so that is what we're going to tackle today. So today we're going to become experts, and I am so excited. Today's video is detailed and it's step by step, so if you were expecting a quick 15-second video, unfortunately today's video is not the one. So this is going to be a little bit more detailed, so grab a glass of wine, whatever you like to drink, grab your lashes, and let's get fabulous. And if you ever doubt if lashes make a big difference, I mean, look, it makes a big difference. Alrighty guys, so the truth is that applying lashes, the process starts before we start applying the lashes. Like I said earlier, I'm going to try to break this down as best I can with as much detail as I can. So I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't talk about the process that goes on before actually going in there and applying the lash. So the first thing that I want to talk about is not all lashes are created equal. Not even close. So my suggestion is starting off with something that has like an invisible band, a thin band. That's gonna make it much easier to place. So for example, this lash that I have on right here, this is from Ardell, and it is the Wispy. Now I want you guys to notice the band around, like where all the lashes meet. It's nearly invisible. It's very thin, and the actual lash itself is very bendable, and it moves, it's flexible. That makes a humongous difference. Another great example is the Ardell, the Demi Wispies. So the Wispies and the Demi Wispies are my all-time favorite lashes for a lot of reasons, but the fact that they're so easy to put on is probably one of my main reasons why I love these lashes so much. These are very similar. I would say that these are just a tiny bit more natural. So let me go ahead and show you the difference between a band that's very thin and one that's not. This is also from the company Ardell. Now these are the 207, and now you see how this band, like all around it right here, that's much more thick, much thicker, and it's actually not as flexible. I know it's hard to tell on camera because I'm the one that's bending it, but you feel that it's not as flexible, and obviously these even feel like they weigh a little bit more. I feel like these Wispies and Demi Wispies are completely weightless. So my suggestion to you is set yourself up for success and find a lash that is just easy to work with. Eventually you're gonna become a pro, okay, because I have faith in you. and I know you're gonna become a pro. Eventually you'll be able to put on absolutely any lash that you please. Okay, so next I wanted to talk about none other than dun, 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 one of the most important parts, which is the glue. So this is my favorite glue. This is from the company Duo, and I like to use the clear adhesive. So this one looks white in the bottle, but this is actually clear, and what it means by that is that it dries clear. So as you're applying it onto the lash band, you are gonna see that it has a whitish bluish tint to it, but that's only like that while the lash, or while the glue, excuse me, while the glue is drying. Once the glue dries, it dries completely clear. The reason why I like this glue the best is because, well, first of all, it comes with a little brush, so that's very convenient, and also I feel it's much more forgiving for mistakes. The glue also comes in black and it comes in white. The white is said to dry clear. I don't think so. I feel like it always leaves like a whitish residue, so I always have to go over it and sort of cover it up. And then the black is wonderful only if you're going to be wearing black eyeliner. If you have black eyeliner, then definitely go for the black glue. But if you're not planning on wearing black eyeliner, then my suggestion is definitely the clear one, which the writing is always in green. All right, so we've picked our lash, we've picked our glue. Now it's time to measure the lashes. So the lashes come for the most part at an exaggerated length. They do that so it can meet everybody's, you know, everybody has a different eye shape, of course. So eyelashes usually come really long, and for the most part, I mean, once in a while you have someone with a gorgeous humongous eye that doesn't have to cut it, but for the most part, us regular people, we have to cut our lashes. A lot of times if you find that your eyelash is either not sticking at the end or in the inner corner, a lot of times it could be one of two things. You're not putting enough glue, or the lash is too long and so it's too close to, if it's on the inner corner, it might be too close to your tear duct, and if you have watery eyes, it's just going to be impossible. The glue is going to wear off and the lash is going to pop off. So something else that I absolutely love about these lashes is that it's very easy to cut them. I just want to go ahead and show you guys. You see how you could see them sort of separated? There's like little clusters of lashes. So when trying to find your length, all you could do is just cut little clusters of the hairs until you find your perfect length. Now, finding your perfect length, what I do is I get my little scissors. I definitely suggest these types of scissors because, I mean, this is a tiny lash. You want to be very precise and very careful. So the first thing you want to do is, you guys are going to see my mirror in the shot quite often, but the mirror is an important part of this process. So the first thing I like to do is I like to just put the lash like that's it. It's literally hanging on top of my own lashes. I take a look and I see, okay, it is really close to my inner corner, like to the tear duct, and right here I could see it comes out a bit. I like to go from the inner corner, cut from there. That's what I do with the wispies. Depending on the style of lashes, what I would just do is, depending on how you want it to look. So if you want a little bit more of the drama to stay on the outer corner of the eye, just take a look at the lash and figure out which part you want to remove. So let's just say the inner corner of the lash is a little bit shorter and you want a little bit more drama, then cut it from the inner corner. If you want them to look a little bit more natural, then maybe you want to go ahead and cut from the outer corner to make them appear a little bit shorter. So I'm going to go ahead and cut just one of the little clusters, and now I'm going to put it back. And I can see here, like, okay, that's literally perfect. I would tell you, grab a Q-tip, and then it's like you should at least be able to put the Q-tip on the outer corner of your eye without the lash touching. Still want to be able to put a Q-tip on the inner corner without touching the lash. This is also going to help with comfort. If your lashes are too close to the inner corner or too far out, you're gonna feel them every time you blink, and that is enough to drive you insane. Like, if you go out, and it's happened to me so many times, if you go out and you just have a lash that keeps poking you every time you blink, I promise you that halfway through the night you're just gonna rip it off. You're gonna rip it off and feel the glorious feeling of relief and freedom. Okay, so we have our lash we picked our lash, we picked our glue, and our lash is now the perfect size. Okay, so now I want to mention these little tools that I use that I find make the process so much easier. These are pretty much just tweezers. These are some tiny tweezers I got at Sally Beauty, and these actually come with a lot of the packages. A lot of times it comes with the packages of lashes, and it's pretty much just a plastic tweezer. Now, if you're just learning or if you're still practicing, I would definitely suggest using the plastic one, because I mean, this is pretty sharp and this is pretty intense. If you blink a lot, or if you get very freaked out with things being so close to your eye, you want to be so careful with using such a sharp object close to your eye. Honestly, please just stay away until you feel like you are a pro. In the meantime, these are so incredibly helpful. So I know that at the beginning of the video I mentioned that I give makeup classes, and I have been fortunate enough to, with my own eyes, see a lot of the mistakes that a lot of my clients make. And believe it or not, it was even to my surprise, one of the biggest issues I find my clients are making is the position of the mirror. I know. Like, who'd have thought? The way your mirror is positioned is going to either set you up for win or set you up for just disastrous failure. I always have two mirrors with me. I have a handheld mirror, and I also have my big old mirror. This one has the side that the 5+ zoom, whatever it's called. I like to use the other one just because being too zoomed in freaks me out a little bit. I start counting my pores, and I'm not about that life. I suggest that the mirror is slightly below eye level, and I'm going to explain to you why. Definitely never higher up. So if you have a chair and you're used to like doing your makeup looking up at a mirror, you definitely don't want to do it like that. You also don't want to do it just like straight forward. If you guys, I don't know if you guys can tell. Yeah, if you guys can tell, I'm all the way up here. My mirror is all the way down here. So I am slightly above my mirror. So I'm kind of like looking down at it. Now, the reason why you want your mirror to be a little bit below eye level is because you're actually going to tilt your head back. And I know that I might seem like I'm breaking this down to a ridiculous like step, but I promise you guys that this has been game changing for like 99% of the clients that I teach this to. A lot of people are going in to apply their lashes and they're doing this. They're tilting their head down and they're going like this. What happens is that your eye closes. So if I go like this, my eye starts to close. If I just slightly bend my head back, I've opened up all of this space and I can actually see what's going on. I could see my lash line. I could see exactly what I'm doing. Whereas this, it's very hard for me to see what I'm doing. And it's also, the skin is not as stretched out. And so it's very hard to go in with your lashes like this. So that's gonna help you go straight in. You have so much space. Your eye isn't in the way. Your forehead's not in the way. Like, it's gonna be as simple. I know it's gonna get simple, I promise. So it's gonna be as simple as just grabbing the lash and you're just gonna drop it there. Eventually, when the glue's there, being able to drop the lash in place is going to be life-changing. Now, the other thing is you have to keep your eyes open while you put your lashes on, keeping both eyes open. I've seen it plenty of times where my clients will go to apply lash and they immediately close their eye. What happens is you kind of lose your depth perception, as silly as that sounds, and a lot of times like you can't really tell how close you're getting to your lashes. Like, you're not really too sure what's going on. Keeping your eye open also allows you to know exactly what the lash is gonna look like once you open your eye. Sometimes lashes, like, they look kind of wonky because one's like higher up than the other, and a lot of times that has to do with us placing them with our eyes closed, because once we open our eye, it's almost like, surprise, this is how you put me. So you definitely want to practice keeping your eyes, both eyes, open while you put your lashes on. Okay, I know that seemed like a lot to cover before actually putting on the lashes, but those are all really tiny steps. I'm explaining them to you, so it seems like it's a lot, but quite honestly, when you go through the process, it's very, very quick. I put on this lash, I kid you not, in like 7 seconds. The whole process was like, cut it, and you're gonna be exactly the same, I promise. All right, so I think that now we're ready. I think we did our little prep and now we're ready to jump in. Now I got my lash, and And now I'm going to apply the glue. So you want to apply the glue just on the band, and then don't be afraid to add too much. Now you don't want the glue spilling all over the place. I'll do a close-up now, but you also want to make sure that you get a good amount of glue in there so that the lash lasts all day. If you're having trouble with the corners lifting, make sure you add like a little bit of extra glue on the corners. Okay, now a little trick is while the lash is drying, you can bend each corner and sort of go like this. You can blow on them, you cannot blow on them. That's just a preference. If you're ever putting lashes on someone else, please don't blow on them. That's not sanitary. But if you don't care and it's your own spit and your own eye, by all means, do what makes you happy. So you want to go ahead and hold it. I know that a lot of times online you hear, you know, hold the glue for a minute, for 30, whatever the time is. That all depends on how much glue you put. So you just want to go ahead and look out for the color of the glue. If you're wearing the black, it starts to go from gray to a darker gray. If you're using the white, you start to see the white become a little bit less white. And if you're using the one that we're using, which is the clear blue one, you start to see it become much more clear. So once you start to see it a little bit, like the color changing, you can even touch it a little bit. And once you feel the tackiness, that's when it's ready to be put on. You never want to just put on the glue and just straight after applying the glue, not wait any time and just go and straight into the eye. The glue needs to be tacky, because if not, the lash is just going to pretty much like almost like melt off of your eye. The best thing to do is wait until it's tacky, and then once you place it in your eye, that's it. Like right where you place it, it's exactly where it's going to stay. Now you can move it and tweak it, but you're not going to have the lash just like melting off. So when I go in with my lash, I always hold it in the middle. I want to center the lash to my eye, and I'm just going to go straight in and then just drop it there. Then we're going to go in with our tweezers, and then we're going to secure the outer corner and the inner corner. So I'm looking down at myself. I position my mirror to kind of tilt over a little bit. I push my head back. Now I like to get very close to my mirror, and I suggest you do the same thing. So you see, I tilt my head, I position it, and that's it. Like that's it. That's it. The lash is there. It's not going anywhere. Now I'm going to go in with my tweezer. I feel comfortable enough to go with my tweezer. So I am grabbing the inner corner, the outer corner, and I am pushing it super close to my lash line. And now I'm going to do the same thing in the inner corner. I'm going to grab it and I'm just going to push it. Since we waited for the glue to be tacky, exactly where I just dropped it is exactly where it stayed. If I would have not done that and just put the lash immediately after I put the glue, you would have seen it would have just started falling off my eye. So now what I like to do is I close my eye and I start pushing the lash. I like to do this to make sure that it's like really stuck to my lash line and it's like secure. Then I like to go in with my tweezers again and do the same thing. Once the lash is on, I like to look at it from the bottom, because the bottom just lets me know how close I got to my lash line. So on Instagram, that was one of your other concerns. A lot of you kept saying that you leave a gap between your lashes and the fake lashes, making it seem very obvious that the lashes are fake. So looking at everything from underneath gives you a really good idea on how close you got to your lash line. It also helps you to see if any part needs a little bit more glue, or if you didn't push anything far enough into your lash line. For example, for me right here, I see a little bit of gaps. So I'm going to keep pushing this right here. I look down and then I push. Once the lash is on, I like to sort of push it up. This helps it get curly. And again, it helps me to see if the lash is securely put on. If I start going like this and just this slight movement pushes the lash out of place, it probably means that the glue wasn't tacky enough, or for some reason I put a little bit more glue on one section and that section hasn't dried. So I just have to wait a little bit longer. Alrighty guys, so that makes it official. We have officially put on successfully a fake lash. So I always put mascara afterwards. The mascara is going to help the fake lashes and your real lashes like sort of bind together, and it's going to give it such a natural, really pretty feel. Ugly but necessary face. But I mean, look at that. I just put the tiniest bit. It lifted the lash. You can't see the difference between my lashes and the fake lashes. It all looks very coherent. It looks very put together. I could lie and say these are mine. As with everything, you guys, if you don't get it the first time, the first 10 times, don't give up. Don't get too frustrated. This is a learned process like anything else in life. I mean, I went years without putting on lashes because I just didn't know how. And then there was a period of time that the only time I would wear lashes was if my cousin put them on for me. But eventually, like anything in life, when you want something, you just got to put in the time, you got to put in the effort. And I pretty much made it a point. I was like, I'm gonna wear lashes every single time I go out. I know it sounds excessive. I'm not saying you have to do it, but that's what I decided I was gonna do. I would set aside plenty of time. I would make sure that if normally it took me like 30 minutes to do my makeup, I was gonna give myself a whole whopping hour because I was determined to figure out this eyelash thing. And next thing you know, you're gonna be putting on lashes so quickly. I put on lashes now quicker than I can actually put on mascara. When I put on mascara, I'm like, for like 10 minutes just trying to get every hair perfectly in place. But when it comes to eyelashes, I'm like, I'm ready to go. And I am so confident that that's exactly how it's gonna go for you guys. That's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. I know that my Instagram has highly requested this video, and I hope it met your expectations. I really enjoyed doing it. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys want to see more videos like this. Do you not care? Kind of, maybe some. Also, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe. That really helps my channel to grow. Also, please don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up to let me know you like it. And yeah, this is pretty much it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.